guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have what I think is pretty much best case scenario here for Dokkan. The 7th anniversary is looking like a ridiculous, major, resounding success. We have the V-Jump leaks, which show us basically where the LR EZA is going to be in part 3. And of course, as expected, is the 3rd anniversary LRs. So the 7th anniversary, I think, definitely came with the hype. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Physical Omega Shenron, the two gods, Tech God Goku, SCR God Vegeta, and now the 3rd year anniversary LRs getting their EZAs. Now, it's really hard to predict how good or how bad these units are going to be or what, right? If we take a look at last year, though, they did make LR Goku and Frieza quite good. I still think that unit is actually very solid, right? Like, you can definitely utilize them in, like, the ultimate red zone, right? Their damage, the level of defense they're able to get with their 18-key super attack, they certainly can be helpful. Because remember, no matter how anyone wants to slice it, the bar for how units are performing is now the ultimate red zone. It's the hardest content in the game, right? Like, that's the main thing we want to see. It's still good if, you know, characters can be good in other events as well, but I would say the ultimate red zone is the main bar. Now, I already was able to use the 3rd anniversary LR Physical Gogeta. I used him in my first no-item run against Baby, the hardest boss in the game. So that was prior to an EZA. So this guy can get an EZA, or is going to get an EZA. Actually, let's pull up, I think the EZA for this unit is going to be, what, like the 22nd or the 23rd is when they're going to get their EZA. Let me just double check Goku and Frieza real quick. LR Goku and Frieza. Because I think it'll be a day... So they were on February 22nd, huh? Let me go back real fast. And then let me just compare... Where's Team Universe 7? Oh my god, the loading is so good here. Okay. They're on the 16th. Okay, yeah. So I think the 23rd is probably when we would see like these part 3 LRs. And we're gonna get a lot of units too that are gonna be EZAing, right? So if we go ahead and go back over here, all 5 of these characters are getting an EZA. LR Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, I assume, are probably going to end up being the best free-to-play unit in the game, but it's very hard to sort of guess what they're going to do. And then the Chi-Chi and Goku and the Vegeta and Bulma cards, they're so bad that it's like impossible, right? These units just are actually outright horrible right now. So it's just very hard to predict what they're going to be. Then we also have the other 4 summonable LRs up here. You know, talks about it being a dual Dokkan Fest. And then the rainbow tickets. I'm going to have a video going up about the rainbow tickets in a little bit here. Rainbow tickets were... they were an experience this year. We also have legends that... Oh, boy. Kale. Whew. Calm down. Nice. Kale, yeah. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these units. What they might look like. I think the assumption is that they're probably going to be Fusion 170%, as well as Potara 170%. I think that's sort of the safe bet, because, you know, that's what we saw with Omega Shenron, and that's also what we saw with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Although they went from 150% across the board to 170. Do I think we potentially could see, like, these units get maybe, like, 200% leader skills or something like that? I mean, maybe. Again, I'm just really hoping that those leader skills are not just held on to, like, the main 7th anniversary LRs and not really given to other characters. That would be worst case scenario. Because it just means no teams will be competing with those teams, right? Okay, so again, their leader skills are probably going to be Potara and Fusion 170%. Huge buffs to those teams for sure. I would imagine super attack effects. The units are very similar, right? Like, at least in base. I would think maybe, like, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn on 18 key, and then, you know, like, raise defense by 30% on 12 key. Something like that. would probably look, I think, pretty good. I think those would be solid in terms of like super attack effects. Remember that their stats, I mean, are already very good. Gogeta's at almost 21,000. This unit has 16,000 defense. I think if they bumped this up to like 150 and then gave them a bunch of other stuff. All right, now check this out, right? People are gonna roll their eyes very fast, but considering this unit is meant to be the Patar leader, and this unit's meant to be the fusion leader, right? And these characters don't have Fuse Fighter or even really work the greatest with a lot of the characters on their teams. Best way to handle these two is to make them a support. I think if you give them all types support, 2 key and 30% attack and defense, not anything super crazy, but just like that, I think that would make these units just so crazy. I do think giving them a little bit of damage reduction, like right here in their sort of base form, makes a lot of sense to me as well, right? I think I would have no problem if they took inspiration from STR Vegito and Tech Gogeta. I think that would actually be very positive for these units if that's what they decide to do. I think it would be really good. So like if you gave them like 30% damage reduction as well, that could help these units be, you know, a lot more competent in difficult events. Now, I do just want to clarify too, I am expecting these units to be the best EZAs in the game. Unlike a lot of these other LR EZAs where, like, you know, they could be solid. Like, LR Physical Trunks is, like, solid, right? But, like, he's not crazy good or anything like that. I do expect these two to be, like, I think easily better than LR SCR Broly. I don't expect they're going to hold back because these are, you know, these are the first, like, you know, Dokkan Fest LRs that are getting EZAs, right? So I expect these guys to be crazy. Now, would they do anything with the transformation condition? I would assume no, but they could. Because Android 21's transformation condition was slightly modified. All you need is like one character to have it changed slightly, and, you know, that means, you know, all bets are off. If I would change anything, I do feel like maybe dropping down to turn 4 would be ideal. Like, if it just went down from turn 6 to turn 4, but you keep the 50% HP, I would be okay with that. I mean, in Ultimate Red Zone, the hardest event in the game, 50% is not too bad. You know, you can get 50% in the God event still pretty easily, stuff like that. But turn 6, to me, is what's problematic. You bump that down to turn 4, and I'd be okay with that. And if you really wanted to get nasty, you could bump this up a little bit. Maybe like 60%. I don't know that they go too much more than that. Links aren't going to change. They're going to be on a lot of teams. Again, similar thing with this unit. Maybe they could give themselves like 3 key at the start of turn as well. Because they do get additional 2 key per Rainbow Keister, which is fine. But maybe just like a little bit of start of turn key. Just a small amount could be very helpful for these characters. Okay, so when they fuse. Now, here's the problem. Dude, I'm telling y'all, like, I did, like, videos on custom EZAs of these guys. There's, like, no way to make Gogeta compete with Vegito. It's, like, the only way... Because, okay, a lot of people... What did this mess up? Here, let me refresh this. But a lot of people, like, argue Tech Gogeta versus STR Vegito. But the problem with that is, again, Vegito does a bajillion times more damage. But people have this false notion in their head that Tech Gogeta is some defensive god. And he's not really. He gets obliterated in there too, just like STR Vegito. Just STR Vegito gets hit way harder. Tech Gogeta would have been fine. What does he have? 30% damage reduction? Again, that 30% damage reduction should be at least 50 or bumped up to 70 or something like that. So it's like, if we're going to do this, where this guy is countering, and this is probably going to be higher, like, I don't know, this might jump up to like 180 or something like that, the attack and defense right here. You have, like, dude, either you have to give this guy like triple supers, or again, like 60% damage reduction or something, like, or give this guy a scouter and Vegito doesn't have a scouter, because you actually can't compete with an LR with the counter mechanic. You can't. Like, this guy's got 18,400 attack with this counter, and this start of turn attack buff, Gogeta can't compete with this. You can't. Like, you have to build them way different, and you got to give Gogeta a lot of tech. Rainbow Orb changing, damage reduction, because Gogeta, unless, again, he triple supers or something, he cannot compete with Vegito's damage at all. Super effective against all types. On a TUR unit, I would rather have super effective against all types than counters, 100%, right? On just like a normal TUR. But on an LR, where their stats are so high, these counters are just ridiculously broken. So, I imagine Vegito probably wouldn't be changed too much. I mean, he just really needs stats buff and the ability to tank a bit better. I mean, I don't know. Are they real? Because, dude, if they gave this guy like 50% damage reduction, he's the best unit in the game or something. I don't know. Right? It's impossible to compete with. I'm telling y'all, this, if they gave, imagine they give this guy 50% damage reduction and this becomes like 180 or something like that. You take this guy against Baby and he solos Baby, right? Because remember, Baby is AoE attacking all over the field, and Vegito will just counter him a million times and kill him in one turn, right? Like, it's crazy. So this guy is going to be very spooky. I'm telling y'all right now, this Vegito is going to be a nasty guy. And then LR Gogeta. One thing to remember is that both of these characters are on the 200% leader skill as well. Yeah, they both are. So, I mean, that's the thing. We're going to be rocking these guys Fuse, 200% leader skill. It's going to be dirty. I'll probably do videos on them right now on the 200% leader skill, see how they perform. But, yeah, so there we go. The 3rd year anniversary LRs. I expect these guys to be crazy. I expect them to be doing a lot, too. Hopefully, they need to give, I would hope, this guy greatly raises attack and defense and does this. And then same thing over here. Greatly raise attack and defense and then do this. I don't like this effect, or that this effect fucking sucks on Gogeta. Because you can't get this until turn 6. You can't debuff past turn 6. This sucks, right? That's terrible. Lowers attack is good turn 1 on 12 keys, right? Not 18 key supers or transformations or anything like that. Because you're only doing you're not doing these. This is not happening in Super Battle Road 99.9% of the time. You're going to get that deep into it. So, let me know what you guys think of these two. Again, I think they are going to be the best 2 EZA units in the game. Easily, I would say. I don't think Broly will be able to compete with them. I think they will make them good enough. They need to, what they have to do again in base right here, they have to make them, I think, like a smoother unit to run on a lot of these teams. That's why I do think either orb changing or support for sure would help this unit out quite a bit. Especially to run on like the fusion team, right? Because the fusion team, so much of it has got like shocking speed and all these other links and stuff like that. Fuse fighter, they're just sitting there to prepare for battle. So it's like we really want like some sort of support capabilities for them, these units in base. And damage reduction. I just want them to be ridiculous. I want them to go in there and just dick the ultimate red zone. And I do expect that to happen. So let me know what you guys think about the 7th anniversary so far. These are all the EZAs coming in part 3. Definitely looks very hype. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.